check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy.
Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Right there, 56. Let's go, defense.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's Carson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive, nothing.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Check, 154, 154. Let's go. It's our time. Hey, one set. Check, right, 54. Right.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. Snead's got it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
You don't want no problem from me. Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He can run for it, and he will. They find some open field here. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Yeah. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 on the Seahawks 33-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Seahawks 7, Ravens 0.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
Second and 9 at the 40-yard line.
On second down now. It's Carson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 5.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Wilson. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, Jackson. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
17 yards. First down,
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On second and 10, Jackson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
First down, Ravens.
Let's go, D, let's go.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 20.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
You know, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Right.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Undercross. 4 down. Check 43.
They'll try to run with Carson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Myers able to knock it through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.